Right. In this video, let us discuss how to take input interactively from user for a Java program and in another method. Already we have discussed one method, and there's a second method that could be used for taking the input from the user. So in this method, we use a package called util package, util package, and also the all the classes, whatever the classes that we can try to use it from the util package. So as we proceed, we'll understand what class are we going to use. So now here, in the util package, we have a syntax to follow here to use one of the classes. So as usual, the syntax, the first part is going to be a class, and then followed by an object, then equal to operator, then memory allocation for this object, and also the possible constructor that is used here. Then the class what we are going to use in this particular context is a scanner class. A scanner class which is defined in util package, and the name of the object is called a scan, and equal to a new operator to allocate a memory area for this object, and also a scanner constructor. It uses a in object of type system. So that's what basically we use as a one statement to define a object for a scanner class. And the next thing is, no, we use an exception handling mechanism. Exception handling mechanism uses using it uses try and catch blocks. The try block, it hits the exception and it throws the exception, whereas catch block, it catches the exception and handles the exception. And then in order to get the value, no exact value from the given details, no, so whatever the token that is received, it will be in the form of a string, so that has to be converted into a valid number. So this process is called parsing. So this parsing basically it is done by using a scanner class in the following format. So what we do, we specify a target. We specify the target, then equal to, and what object that we are going to use, then the dot member, and what method that we are going to use from that particular class. So in order to make use, no, as a valid statement, we write a variable, then equal to, then the object type is a scan of type of class type scanner. Then we use this method next int for the object method to get the integer value from the received token. And also by using the next float method for the same class, by using this object scan, we can get the float value from the given string, so that could be stored in the corresponding variable. Now when I come to the program part of this, here I use a BlueJ compiler here, and this is the class that they have created. And now when I open the class, I could able to see the program that is written over here. And now if you look at the the details that is presented here, so the first statement is basically the language package. We are importing the language package from the Java directory. So we use a first import statement. So because we use some basic constructs, default package is the language package that's being used. Then the second package is where, since we are using the another method over here, the another package that is we use called a util package. So util package also consists of many classes. So now if you're not sure which type of what class are going to use, you can use asterisk to represent all the contents of the util package could be used for this given program. Yes. Now coming to the class, then the class is basically called interscanner, and it is having a a main method over here. In the main method, we know the input of the main, it's going to be of the token in the form of a string, and it does not return any value, and it's going to be public, and the object is going to be created for this particular class. That's why it's a static. Now here we specify in scanner scan is equal to new scanner dot new scanner. It means to they say that we are using a scanner class of the util object, util package, and for by using an object called a scan, and by allocating a memory, and also by initializing the constructor of a scanner class. Then note, in order to make use of the two variables, we have declared two variables here. One is called num underscore one of type integer, other one is called num underscore of type float. So the float variable is appended with the value with the ef at the end of the value, so that it would be remain as a float value. Then there is a kind of a try block over here, because for exception handling mechanism we have this. So a try block which will try to hit the exception whenever the user try to give invalid token. So what we expect from the user is to give an integer and float values, correct integer and correct float values. So we just put it enclose the statement of receiving the input from the user inside the try block. And now here we have a statement to display it on the screen, so that the user will be ready to send the input, enter the values. So we put it on the screen, enter the integer number displayed on the screen. Then by using the scan object, and by using the method for next into for the scan object, we whatever the token that we have received, that we pass it into an integer value that's going to be loaded onto the number underscore one. And similarly, we do the same thing by using the next float method for a scan object, and that's loaded onto the number underscore two, which is basically a float variable as well. And by chance, if there is any exception is no hit over here, and that will be thrown to this catch block, this catch block will try to process. So in a scanner utility, we have this particular class that is defined here. So we, by using an object as an input to this catch mechanism, we handle those exceptions. And whenever an exception is hit, it will print on a screen, you entered a bad data. And finally, by using the output statements, we put it on the screen, the given integer number is, and what is the number, and the float, the given float number is, and what is the number. So that details is going to be printed on the screen. So this is another method of receiving an input from the user. Now when I try to compile the program, when I try to compile the program, it says that no errors in the program. And now when I go for main, executing the main program, main method, so I call the main method for execution. So it has come here now, enter the integer number, and I give the integer number as 89. So 89 is taken, and it's taking the float number. So I'll just give something like 5.67894, something like this. Then when if I enter the value, when I enter, the value is taken, and it's read in the system. And also this compiler interpreted the given number as a valid integer number 89, and the float number is 5.697653. Yes, by chance we are given another input instead of the valid expected token, we are given any other input. So let's say now it's asking to enter the integer number. I'm entering some number 45245. I add one character to it. Okay, so now I'm entering. So immediately it recognizes that this is what we call an exception handling. Immediately it recognizes that we have entered a bad data. So the try mechanism will it hit the exception. It also does thrown to the catch block. Now the catch block, it says that you entered bad data. So if you see the program, then you will understand where exactly we have given this detail. So I'm just putting it for a comparison here, and yeah, this is what we have gone. So you got this error statement. You entered bad data, and this is the error statement that we put into the catch block. So whenever an exception occurs, so when it's caught by the catch block, it will display on the screen you entered bad data. So in such a way, you can receive the input from the user, and very importantly that you have to pass it into a respective numbers, then we can make use of those numbers inside our program for any further process. Okay, thank you.